If you're currently exhausted from constantly having to defend your time, your energy, your life, or your business decisions, I want to invite you to take a deep breath. Because you don't actually have a boundary problem. You have an alignment problem. Most conventional advice out there tells you that building a boundary is like building a rock-solid brick wall. We're told that we have to put up these rigid defenses, stand guard at your gate, and prepare for a fight every time someone asks for a piece of your energy. But can we be completely honest with ourselves? That approach is exhausting. The truth is, it takes an incredible amount of energy and internal power just to maintain that wall. And honestly, you end up spending more time managing other people's reactions than you actually do building your own vision. Now, before we dive into all of this, if you are new here, hi, I'm Christine, and I am the founder of the Inner Power Collective on Skool. I am so glad that you found this space. And if you're returning, welcome back to the channel for the next series. Now do me a favor, go ahead and take a second, hit that subscribe button, tap that thumbs up, and share this video out with another individual that you think can use this message today. Let's get started. A real boundary isn't a weapon. It isn't a defensive wall, and it certainly isn't an ultimatum. A true boundary is a clean, energetic filter for your own personal space. It's actually a baseline definition of what you will choose to tolerate in your personal experience and what you will simply let pass by. Because when your internal alignment is solid, you don't need to fight for your space. Your presence does the work for you. Today, we are moving past the basic how to say no scripts that you see here. We're going to look at the advanced discipline of what I like to call the clean cut. This is the art of establishing absolute clarity in your life and business without having a single drop of subconscious guilt. Now, to understand what this looks like in practice, I want to take you inside a scenario that I see play out almost every week in my coaching world. And it's a topic that we deep dive into inside the Inner Power Collective. I want you to take a moment and imagine or think of a highly capable, deeply driven individual or entrepreneur. Got one picked out yet? Now, outwardly, of course, they're building something incredible. But behind the scenes, they're running on fumes. Now, why is this? Because they are caught in the over-giving trap. Think about this. When a client or someone messages them late at night with a non-emergency, they answer within 4 minutes. When someone asks to pick their brain or just handle this real quick for the third time, They say yes, even though their calendar of life is already completely booked solid. Sound familiar? When a contact or a team member pushes past a standard process, they look the other way because they don't want to cause friction. And of course, they tell themselves they're just doing this because they care. They'll tell themselves it's good customer service, or that they are being the supportive person. But unfortunately, underneath all of that is justification. It's a hidden layer of anxiety for themselves. There's a piece of them that is terrified that if they say a firm no, if they establish a clear line, the other person will think that they're cold or selfish or unhelpful. So what do? They compromise. They set what they think is a boundary, but they wrap it up in a 3-paragraph apology. Been there, right? They say things like, I'm so incredibly sorry. I would love to help, but things are just so crazy right now with my family, and my schedule is totally falling apart. I hope you understand. Do you see what just happened there? By over-explaining, by leading with an apology, they didn't actually set a boundary. They opened a negotiation. They handed the other person an invitation to try to fix their problem or wait out their excuse. The moment that this realization hits, the moment that you see that your overgiving is actually a subtle form of people pleasing, that's where your shift begins. So what do? This brings us to the core framework we use to protect our digital real estate and our internal peace. The clean cut. The clean cut is a boundary delivered with absolute neutrality. It's a statement of fact that requires no backstory, no apology, and zero defensive energy. Listen, when a surgeon makes a clean cut, there's no hesitation, there's no tearing, and no mess. It's precise. Your boundaries need to operate exactly the same way. Let's take a second to look at the mechanical differences between a messy cut and a clean cut, so you can hear exactly how they sound in your real world. Imagine a client or a contact reaches out to you and asks you for an unscheduled call on a day you've set aside for yourself, for deep, focused project work or personal space. This is what a messy cut sounds like. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Today is just a complete nightmare for me. I have so much on my plate and I'm trying to catch up on email, and I promised myself I wouldn't take calls. I'm so sorry I let you down. But maybe we can try for next week if things calm down. Notice the energy behind that? It's shaky at best. It's pleading for permission. It's validating the idea that choosing your schedule is something you should feel guilty about. Now let's take a listen to what a clean cut covering the exact same situation sounds like. I'm fully focused on projects today, and I won't be jumping on any unscheduled calls. You can use the standard booking link to grab a spot for next Tuesday, and we will dive into it happily then. Period. Full stop. Notice what was missing from the second response. There was no "I'm sorry." There was no listing of your personal problems to justify your choice. There was no defensive posturing. It was simply a statement of how you operate. You see, when you deliver a clean cut, you're holding your internal center. You're demonstrating that your time and focus are on your non-negotiable assets. Because every single time that you over-explain your choices, you're leaking your personal authority. You are subconsciously telling the other person, my decision isn't valid on its own. I need your approval to make it real. Now, let's take a pause here for yourself. Take a moment. And I want you to take an honest internal inventory of your own current reality. As we go through this, do me a favor. Drop a comment below, letting me know exactly which one of these resonates with you the most right now. I want you to look at your business, if you have a personal business. Look at your relationships in accumulation. And then look at your daily schedule. Where are you currently avoiding a clean cut? For work, maybe it's an onboarding process, a new client that you let slide, and now they're texting you looking for advice at 9 p.m. Maybe it's a personal contact who keeps sliding into your messages, asking for advice, and you keep giving it because you don't want to feel awkward. Or is it a boundary with yourself? When you promise, and we've all been there, guilty, you're going to log off at 5 p.m. And I promise you, this is why I've had to set up my own calendar. But you find yourself sitting in the dark at 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, scrolling through the emails, making sure you got to everybody's situations for the day. Identify that exact point of friction, the discomfort that you feel in those moments isn't because the other person is demanding necessarily. It's because you're actively betraying your own alignment to keep them comfortable. And when you start practicing the clean cut, something very specific is going to happen. You're probably going to feel a sudden wave of guilt the moment the message is sent or the words leave your mouth. I just want you to know, I promise you, that is totally normal. It's just simply the old pattern of people pleasing, trying to claw its way back into control. But your job in that moment is not to fix the guilt. Your job is to sit still and breathe through it and let that uncomfortable energy pass, and it will, without going back and changing your answer. Now, setting the boundary is only step one. Maintaining that boundary without losing your internal peace, without constantly checking your phone to see if and how they've reacted, that's where the real work lives. True sovereignty isn't about controlling how other people perceive you. People are going to have opinions. Everyone has opinions. They have reactions. And they have projections. True sovereignty is about being so deeply anchored in your own worth and your own vision that a boundary feels almost natural. It should feel like the most natural, loving thing that you can possibly provide for yourself and your business. Because burnout is real, both in your personal life and your professional life. Now, we can sit here and we can talk about the theories of boundaries all day here on this channel. But the actual integration, the real work of clearing that subconscious guilt, the childhood programming, and the energetic blocks that make you feel unsafe standing in your own power, that requires a completely different level of proximity and support. But luckily for you and me and the rest of the world, that is exactly why I created the premium and the VIP tiers inside the Inner Power Collective. You can find that on Skool. Inside the collective, we don't just talk about these concepts. We master them through live coaching, deep dive masterclasses, and real-time integration workflows. It's an active digital community designed to help you clean up your energetic blocks, protect your focus, scale your life and vision from a place of unshakable inner authority. So listen, if you're ready to stop overgiving and start operating as a truly sovereign person, head down to the description link below right now and click on the link to apply for the premium tiers in the collective. Or you can check the VIP link out inside. This is a coaching container for everyone. And within the group, you'll find the classroom, you'll find interaction, you'll find there's live videos, all kinds of support and engagement. The only thing we need to do here is get you in the room. So if this video opened your eyes or challenged you on how you've been handling your own boundaries, go ahead and please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Click that notification bell so you never miss any episode on how to reclaim your leadership and inner authority. I want to hear from you though. So please leave me a comment below. Tell me where you plan to make your very first clean cut this week. Let's start the conversation down there. And like I said, don't forget to share this video out with another individual who needs to stop apologizing for their success or life. And lastly, thank you for tuning in today. Stand firmly in your space. Protect your peace. And as always, keep stepping into your inner power. I will see you in the next video, and of course, inside the Inner Power Collective.